What's up, guys? It's another perfect blue sky day here in El Nido, Palawan. And I'm going on my first adventure today, or my first tour today. I'm going on Tour A. So there should be some island hopping, some secret beaches, and a lot of fun. So here in El Nido, I'm almost falling. So here in El Nido, there's basically 4 tours that the people do. There's tour A, B, C, and D, and they all go to different places. And I really haven't looked at them or figured out where they go or done any research. What I do know is I have like 4 days here, so I might as well just do one a day, starting with tour A because it just makes sense. So today should be a lot of fun, heading down to the beach in the boat right now, and yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And there'll definitely be some cool locations and definitely be some gratuitous drone footage. There's like this mass exodus down to the beach. He saw I was filming, so he had to go on the loudspeaker. There's like this mass exodus down to the beach every morning here because everybody leaves on these beach island hopping trips. It's kind of a zoo, to be honest. So apparently we have to hike through the water to get to the boat, and I've got all this gear. And that's the joy of being a YouTuber. Not only do you have to hike through the water with the gear, but you gotta film it. And they picked the deepest one for us. Could end badly. Thanks, man. Safe and sound. We made it to our first spot here, and honestly, it's been a little bit of a cluster to start the day. We left like an hour late, and then because of it, there was nowhere to park the boat in here, and we can't really get close enough to the lagoon, so they're saying that we need to either rent kayaks or swim, but I got a better idea, because I can get a view with Fido. That was a pretty fun flight, but it's kind of hard to fly from the boat. I think I'm gonna jump in the water with the GoPro. Made it to land. I'd like to say secret beach or something, but it's not a secret beach. Everybody's here, but people aren't back here. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just kind of wandering off the beach into the backwaters. I have to say, despite the cluster f***iness of the morning, I'm still having a good time. looks like we're making a stop here on a calm bit of water to grab some lunch. We're at location number 3, the Secret Lagoon, I think. Gonna walk through the coral to get there. A little bit of an adventure. Don't think the Secret Lagoon's a secret anymore. The Secret Lagoon might not be much of a secret anymore, but it is really beautiful in here. These landscapes are just crazy, and it's windy too. So this is stop 4 or maybe 5. I've completely lost track, to be honest. This is the big lagoon. I think I'm gonna buddy up, jump in a kayak, and go for a little bit of a paddle. You're doing all the work right now.
I don't like that.
That's what you didn't realize about this arrangement, is that you were gonna paddle and I'm just gonna do all the filming. I'm just gonna enjoy the trip. We made it to our final stop, and it's called 7 Commandos, I think, and it looks a little something like this. I've done some sketchy drone flying in some sketchy locations, but I think that's the closest I've ever come to losing the drone. It's so windy right now. Fido was flying like this just to stand still, and I actually thought I was gonna lose him for a bit there. As I mentioned, this is our last spot, and I think we're gonna hang out here for a little bit more and then head back into town. So I'm back home and literally hanging out my window here. After this morning's cluster, as I called it, disorganization, it ended up being a really, really fun day. It's just absolutely beautiful here. The views, the landscape, it's just unreal. It was extremely, extremely windy today, like really windy. So the boat was getting knocked around. We were getting a little bit wet. The gear was getting a little bit wet, which is always scary. But overall, it was a fantastic day. I will say this, and I say this about basically every single tour I've ever done in my entire life, is that they could really go to half the places they go to. You kind of spend all this time trying to hit as many locations as possible that you race from point A to point B constantly, and you don't spend any time at the actual location. So you're racing to the first spot, you're wandering out of the boat, you're getting to that spot, you're seeing it, you're taking a picture, and you're leaving. I wish I had a little bit more time. But that's why I tend to do things independently, and you can't really do, well, you definitely can't do that trip independently unless you hire your own boat, and I'm not a rich man. So that's it for today's show. I still haven't figured out what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I think tomorrow I might rent a motorcycle though, and go cruise around the mainland, and then do another boat trip another day, kind of just to break things up a little bit. So that's probably what's gonna happen tomorrow. I guess we'll just see when it happens, and I'll catch you on tomorrow's episode if I don't fall out the window. Peace.